Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here. Don't have an April Fool's Day video for you guys, but I thought I'd come at you guys with something way out of left field that you would have never expected. Something totally crazy, no announcement, no nothing. I just decided, I'm like, you know what? I've heard Berserk's a great series. I've heard it's an amazing series, actually, and I know that these movies are supposed to kind of tell the story from the beginning in movie form. I don't know if they're skipping anything or what. This is my first experience with anything Berserk besides a couple of volume covers that I've seen. So yes, I watched Berserk, and this is a review of Berserk, the Golden Age arc, Part 1. I guess it'd be Part 1. It's like a, Roman numeral. The King's Egg, or the Egg of the King, I believe. Yes, I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fucking sippy cup. Don't fucking judge me. Anyways, while I'm reviewing Berserk, the seinen of all seinens. Anyways, so yeah, it's a movie, an hour and 16 minutes, I believe. So if I leave anything out of the summary, I apologize. But to start the summary, it starts off with this battle going on. There's this army kind of waging war on this city, and I guess it's kind of a city, like a castle blockade type area. Not really I guess it was kind of a city though, like a town maybe. But anyways, there's this battle going on, and we kind of get introduced to the main character here. He's still wearing a mask and everything. We don't get his full face revealed, but he gets into a fight with this big dude who's swinging his axe around, taking names. Cool little fight, nice exchange. Helmet gets knocked off, we see his face, get introduced to Guts, and then he leaves. He takes his reward money, bails out, doesn't want to join their army, and he gets into a fight with these, what he thinks is bandits. It's a mercenary group, the Band of Hawks, and he's doing pretty good. He's taking these dudes out, and then this girl shows up. I believe her name was Casca. I think so, it was Casca. She tries to fight him, and then Griffith shows up, and Griffith takes him out real quick. They take him back to the camp, and he meets Griffith formally, and he kind of wants him to join, and he's like, I don't know about you, and they get into this fight, kind of like, if you win, I'll do whatever you want. But if I win, I'm going to stab you the same way you stabbed me. And it's this cool little fight. Nothing too special, but it's a nice little skirmish. And Griffith ends up winning. Clearly the better fighter. He joins them 3 years later. Looks older. A little bit more rugged, I guess. He was already pretty rugged, though. Casca does not like him at all. Griffith still digs him. Griffith is, I don't know about this guy. I don't know what his sexual appeal is, because he's pretty feminine to say the least. I'll just leave it at that. But I don't know how he is as a character either, because he seems nice, but he says some weird shit like, you'll die and live and fight the way I want you to because you're mine. And it's like, dude, you're a little possessive of people. Like, I don't know much about the series, but I think, from what I've heard, he's the main antagonist. I'm not positive on that at all, so don't fucking quote me or anything. But if he is, I'd love to see how that happens, because he seems kind of okay, but there's also aspects to him that are a bit shady. Maybe I only see them as shady because I know he might be the villain. I'm not positive on that. But, he does seem a little bit shady, to be honest. But, yeah, chilling with the Band of Hawks. And then I believe what happens is, let's see. Yeah, they're working with this one army, fighting off these dudes in black. And I know they end up, again, I don't want to leave too much out, but I'm trying to remember it. It's long, not long, it's longer than an episode though. I know they end up going into this one fight. There's this dungeon type area. Guts goes in alone, and he ends up fighting General Zod. Kneel before Zod. General Zod over here. His actual name was Nosferatu Zod. He's this big green dude, super powerful, ridiculously strong, can brush a dude off easily with his sword. And Guts gets into a fight with him. He actually lands a pretty good hit. Then this dude just goes to a whole new level. Kneel before this guy or you're dead. Turns into this giant crazy minotaur. All of them are trying to fight him. Him and Griffith. It's Griffin or Griffith, I don't remember. I think it's Griffith. But if I accidentally say Griffin, I apologize. Him and Guts go in and attack him, and he's like, oh, you guys are landing hits. And he's actually a really interesting character. He says some stuff about the egg, or I think he called it the egg that's around Griffith's neck. And he says that if you're friends with this guy, you're going to die, and Really interesting character. Kind of weird how there's like a crazy minotaur thing, but I guess that establishes that this is a fantasy world with all kinds of crazy creatures, which is cool. I'd love to see more. And he's been around for like hundreds of years and looking for like someone who can actually hurt him or something like that. Something. But yeah, he's interesting. I'd like to see him again. He knows something about this egg. He doesn't really know anything about Griffith, I don't think, but just really interesting. Love to see him again. And he pretty much, needless to say, he pretty much kicks their asses. They don't kill him. He flies away. He turns into a minotaur. Then he sprouts wings and fly. I'm like, dude, you are fucking OP, because these are like normal humans. You slam them into a pillar or slam them into a wall, they're pretty hurt. They'll like cough up blood or whatever. And he's just like this freak, demon, crazy thing. So really overpowered. That was cool, though. But yeah, they're working for this kingdom, and some of the higher-ups in the kingdom are like, we don't really like these mercenaries getting too chummy with us, you know, they're lowly peasants, but they're really good at what they do, and this one dude's really uppity about it, and Griffith starts to have, like, this romance with the fucking king's daughter, and her uncle's having none of that, and Guts is still having arguments with Casca about shit. What ends up happening, though, is they try to have Griffith killed, the uncle does, and he's like, oh, well, fuck that, Guts. I'm gonna ask you as a friend, go take this dude out off the hit list. So Guts goes out, and this part was really good too. He ends up assassinating the guy, goes mostly as planned, and then he hears someone at the door, doesn't know who it is, goes to strike so they don't see him, and it's the dude's son, and he kills a kid right there, and I was like, oh shit, like that's heavy as fuck. And you can tell it affected him. He gets into a fight with a bunch of dudes, he ends up escaping, takes an arrow to the arm. Now, the arrow he got shot with may or may not have been poisoned, because when Griffith got shot, it was a poison arrow, but he was protected by the little king's egg thing, by pure devil's luck, as Guts puts it. And I don't really know if the arrow Guts got shot with was poisonous, but if it was poisonous, that sucks for him. Oh man, I'm really thirsty today. Anyways, so, yeah, he ends up coming back, he's looking for Griffith, and then Griffith has, like, this speech when he's talking to the princess, who's got the hots for him, and she's talking about dreams and his ideals, and he's definitely a really interesting character, and Guts overhears him, and Casca overhears, and Casca doesn't really like Guts, but she still, like, bandages his arm, so I guess she cares about him maybe in, like, you know, you're a hawk kind of way. I don't know. I'm thinking those are the three main characters. My thumbnail, and that's also the last shot of the movie, kind of just focuses in on those three. So I feel like they're probably the main characters, though I'm not positive. And there were a few other characters that kind of got a decent amount of screen time, but I don't think we really heard any of their names, really. Just a few Band of Hawk members that stood out a bit more than the others, but yeah, I mean, no real big overarching plot just yet, kind of just mercenaries doing mercenary things, kind of working with this one kingdom at the moment. Even the egg of the king, that really didn't play a part in the actual story. It was just kind of like, if you have this egg, it's something about a prophecy that Griffith heard from a fortune teller lady, you'll rule the world, but you'll lose like your flesh and blood or whatever. Considering the world they live in, and considering that Griffith's such an important character, I doubt that was said for no reason. He probably wants to rule the world. Don't know, though. But the way he talked about dreams and shit, if his dream's to rule the world, I mean, he's fucking dedicated, so I don't know. I thought it was really interesting, though. Oh, and then you got, like, I forgot about the flashback. I probably wanted to repress the flashback of what looked like Guts getting raped. I mean, I'm assuming it was him because it was like a POV, and I saw the big sword in the background, and it looked like he was getting fucking raped, so that was like, whoa, like, I want to say maybe it was censored just because there was a lot of blinking, because it was POV, and it was, you know, shifted and shaky. Could have been, you know, more brutal in the manga. I'm assuming it would have been more brutal in the manga. You can get away with a lot in manga, especially seinen. So, yeah, but that's heavy as fuck. Like, holy shit, dude, whoa, like, settle down, author. But no full story. Might not even have been what happened. I don't know yet. But, yeah, it was intense. I liked it, though. I liked the characters. I thought they were all interesting. I want to know more about them. The world seems pretty cool. I like this kind of medieval Lord of the Rings-esque world that they live in. That's really cool. And, yeah, I want to see where the story goes. I have no idea where it can go with the egg, with Zod, Nosferatu Zod, whatever his full name was, all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm definitely interested. If I was to rate the movie, well, first before I rate the movie, let me get into the technicals. The pacing was good. Story progression, it's just getting started, so I don't really want to judge the story progression too hard because there's no real overall plot yet. But it progressed fairly well in terms of him joining. 3 years passed, he's kind of gotten to know these characters, and, you know, there's some stuff there, but not a huge amount of story progression, but it's the beginning, so I'll kind of be lenient on that. The animation, I had to get used to the CGI. It's not completely CGI, and I do prefer the 2D scenes, but the CGI, it works okay. Some shots look really cool, some shots look kind of weird. I'll probably get used to it over the course of the next couple movies. I even got kind of used to it in this movie. But yeah, that's the animation. It's, you know, it's really good. Like, when it's 2D and their hair's flowing and shit, it's really good animation. But some of the CGI, I was like, and some of it I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, actually. So we'll just have to wait and see, you know, for me on that. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. I've heard Berserk's really good. So far, I do think it's pretty good. I don't think it's, like, amazing or mind-blowing yet, but just got started. Not going to judge it too early. Anyways, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I did talk about a whole movie, so whatever. Overall rating, I'd probably give this movie around an 8.5 to a 9, honestly. Mainly because of its very interesting characters, very good setup, very cool world, and, you know, the animation and all the technical side of it, the pacing and all that. Definitely pretty great. I'd probably give it around 8.5 to a 9. I'd definitely call it a great to, like, great plus movie. Yeah, and just unexpected stuff, like killing the kid and everything. So, yeah, definitely like an 8, 8.5. Really liked it. I know that's like the same rating as the Yu Yu Hakusho episode I just reviewed, but I review things on different scales. Yu Yu Hakusho's animation is an old school weekly shonen. This is a movie, so I gotta judge animation differently, and, you know. But, so if two different things get the same rating, that doesn't mean I put them on the same pedestal as each other. It just means that for what that series is, for what its standard is, for what this movie's standard is, you know. Because I know people, you know, think that, like, why would this get the same rating as that? You gotta judge things differently depending on what they are. Yeah, I'll pretty much wrap it up there. Yeah, 8.5 to 9. Really, really liked it. Definitely gonna bring you guys reviews of the next couple movies. I think there's only 2 more right now. 3 or 2. There we go. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got left to say. So, once again, thanks for watching. Tell me what you guys think of Berserk. Avoid spoilers, please. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.